stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
All right. Hello, everyone. It's Thursday. Okay. Yeah, it's Thursday. We're here. Morning, Jackie. We got some people on Facebook, too. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. I will do what I can to keep my eyes down here so it doesn't look like I'm staring straight up all the time. I move my camera down. So, and it's a little weird. So, but Jackie, good to see you. Flock to Freedom, welcome. And then we got somebody on Facebook. So what we do here is this is a daily reflections. A lot of times I cover the actual daily reflections, unless, of course, it is talking about the same thing over and over again, which he usually does. So I like to switch it up. Been doing this for a few. Hi, Sierra. It's like I was just talking to you. Sierra's our other host. So, yeah. Anyway, so, all right, working your own program. And this kind of has, it's kind of a twofold thing, okay? So the first year of your sobriety, I want you to be selfish, man. Be selfish. And quit worrying about your frickin' time. I'm coming up on a year sober. I need to sponsor someone. Maybe. It was 2.5 years before I was okay enough to start sponsoring people. Granted, I had gone way down the line. Literally, one more drink will kill me. There is no coming back. Sorry, I got kittens kicking my feet. They lose. Right. So working on our own program, though. So here's the thing. Nobody else is going to work your program. Nobody is going to make decisions for you. Okay. You need to own your own program. Right. And what do I mean by own it? Go talk about it. Right. God, my lazy eye is horrible. Man, I'm a little vain. I know I don't act like it, but I am. Or getting into other people's programs, things like that. When we help, when we can't help, these are all decisions that we need to make. So here's the thing. Number one, if you're going to do a 12th step, always take somebody with you. Always. It is called covering your ass. Okay, because sometimes weird things happen on 12-step calls. I was just listening to somebody. They got them into treatment. They did it themselves. They got charged with kidnapping. Didn't go through, obviously, right? But that's there. So you got to cover your ass. So always go with somebody else. Men with men, women with women, guys. It's the way that it works, and it works very, very well, right? So 12-stepping, fantastic stuff, right? That's where we get to share our experience and our strength with somebody else that's trying to figure out whether they want this program or not. Right? Friends and family, that's the tough one, man. Your best bet is usually to refer them to somebody else. But what it comes down to is you need to focus on what it is that you're doing and keeping your side of the street clean. See, I know we all want to speak and we want to say things. We want to do things. And it isn't that we shouldn't. It's that you need to find the right arena for those things. I learned that lesson very dearly about a year ago, right? That I had to do that. So let's get to the daily reflection. I'm actually reading out of ODAT today. Odis and ODAT. Hey, Mike. Good to see ya. Yeah, Michael Gardner on. So, August 19th. How does the program work? Newcomers sometimes ask. The two answers I most often hear are very well and slowly. How many times have you been a newcomer? Right? Because we give when we might as well be a bunch of lawyers, we give generalized answers. Because how are we supposed to answer that? Because there's a lot to it. How does the program work? Honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. Chris says there is evil in the world, and we need to pray. We pray to God to protect us. Yes, absolutely. I'm appreciative of both answers, factitious as they may first sound, because my self-analyzing tends to be faulty. In other words, I live in a dream world. When I first got here, I didn't know the difference between the truth. I didn't know what reality was. I didn't. I literally took the guidance of my sponsor. Sometimes I have failed to share my defects with the right people. Other times I've confessed their defects rather than my own. At still other times, my sharing of defects has been more in the nature of shrill complaints about problems. Yet, I hear this a lot. They really need to do a 9 step. They really need to do this. Right? I've got this brother, and he's the blah, 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 blah. Why are we talking about him? What about your program? Right? Be very, very careful on how you say things. Do you guys ever hear me say you might hear me say my clients and stuff every now and again, but I keep things pretty general. I don't go into meetings and say, well, my clients, because I don't have any clients right now. And then what ends up happening is I end up talking about my clients all the time and not me and their experience, strength, and hope. And that is dangerous, my friends. What about you? You can't share. You might be able to tell somebody else's story or whatever because it affected you, but you cannot share somebody else's experience, strength, and hope. Or are you just saying, look what I can do? Look what I can do. Because that's what it looks like to me. You look like a 2-year-old showing your grandpa that you learned how to jump. I know I'm being kind of mean today. The fact is that none of us likes the self-searching, the leveling of pride, and the confession of shortcomings, which the steps require. And they certainly don't need to hear about their defects from you. Unless you're their sponsor. Okay? So I'm going to tell you something. If there's a character defect in somebody else that you don't like, it's because you're doing it. Right? That's why you don't like it. You don't like it in yourself. How does it feel now? Kind of sucks, huh? But for the grace of God, there go I, man. Gotta live a humble life. Jackie says, only works if you work it, and I want a better life. That's it. She wants a better life. Not needs, wants. That's the difference. If this program was easy, we would all be drunk. Because it was too easy. Right? When it's hard, it has substance. It has weight. It has something to it. So, but we eventually see that the program really works. Have I picked up the simple kit of spiritual tools laid at my feet? What a fantastic question. We gave you tools to use. You should probably use them. Right? May God keep me from laying out my defects by comparing them to someone else's. We are by nature relativists and comparers who think in terms of worse than, not quite as bad as, or better than. May know that my faults are faults, whether they are better than others. Today I will remember bad is bad, even when it's better than. Guys, we're all We all get the same chance. All of us get the same chance at this. What it comes down to is, do you want it? Are you willing to put in the work? This is a question I always like to ask. I know you die for your children, but are you willing to get well for them? That's all right, Mike. It was good seeing you. Thank you for stopping by, man. It was good seeing you, brother. We got about 5 minutes left. Let's cover the daily reflections in ODAT real quick. As soon as I find it, I already know it's going to be on a step I don't want. Referring to our list again, putting out of our minds the wrongs that others had done, we resolutely looked for our own mistakes. Where have we been selfish, dishonest, self-seeking, and frightened? And so working on the fourth step, that grudge list. Grudge away, man. Grudge away. Get all that shit off your chest because you're about to find out some things. All right. Unfortunately, TV and the movies have kind of ruined this because now people have a certain expectation when they get to it because of television, and that's not how it works, man. All right. We're gonna have to take stock of our emotional and mental and physical stuff because we need to know what's going on, because if we don't know what's going on, we're never going to make it. What does G.I. Joe say? Knowing is half the battle. There's a wonderful freedom in not needing constant approval from colleagues at work or from the people I love. That's talking about emotional sobriety. So in other words, we do not utilize other people to make ourselves feel better. That is a no-no. I wish I had known about this step before, because once I developed a frame of reference, I felt able to do the next right thing, knowing that the action fit the situation and that it was the correct thing to do. So the whole, I don't want to say the whole point, but one of the points of doing all of this is to restore us back to sanity. God gave us brains to use, and we do recover. Boop. There it was. Recovered. Go read the big book, man. It says recovered in it in the preface like 8 times. Now, we do not recover from alcoholism or addiction. I'm not saying we're cured, but what we do recover from is insanity, fear, anger, frustration, despair, all that stuff. That is what we recover from. Right? I actually consider myself a recovered alcoholic. I have done all the work required for the successful consummation. I've done that. But I wanted more than just that. So, all right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up because I'm kind of going around in a circle there. So, sorry, I'm kind of in some pain. And in pain. All right, guys. I love you. Peace out and have a day. Bye.